Hey friends, welcome in. Today we are taking a look at why are they so mean to you. We're going to set an intention first. I'm setting the intention to connect to my higher self, to my subconscious mind, and to infinite intelligence. And I'm asking to do these readings to get the most effective answers that can best serve you. Now what we're taking a look at is why are they so mean to you. Here on YouTube we're taking a look at what are they saying behind your back, why is their energy so off, what drama are they creating. And then on Patreon in the extended we're taking a look at what rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. If you join us on Patreon, you will also have access to all the extended readings from all my YouTube readings. Now let's take a look at the 3 piles so you can choose best. For pile number 1, we have the rose quartz heart. For pile number 2, we have a piece of Labradorite. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful amethyst. For those who need to see the cards in order to choose, stick around, we're going to take a look at them. And for everyone else, feel free to pause the video in order to choose. For the rose quartz pile number 1, we have the vessel. For the Labradorite pile number 2, we have Kairos. For pile number 3, the amethyst pile, we have the medallion. Thank you for being here and see you in your reading. Welcome in pile number 1, the rose quartz heart pile. We're going to put your heart, I'm going to put it right here. That's your rose quartz heart. And the card that you chose is the vessel. We're going to take a look at that with the guidebook before we go any further. The vessel is the body, the container, the cup. The vessel may be the most powerful archetypal form on earth. It is everywhere. Cups hold liquid, stoves hold fire, our bodies hold organs, our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the vessel protects what it contains. Nests protect the eggs. Savings accounts protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within the circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together and how. Is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full? Or perhaps there is no vessel at all, and the contents spill in every direction. It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. It is time for you to build, break, or repair. You must find out which. I also pulled 2 dance oracle cards for you, and let me just quickly show you. This is what we're taking a look at. In case you didn't watch the intro, we're taking a look at why they're so mean to you. And here on YouTube, we're looking at what are they saying behind your back, why is their energy so off, what drama are they creating. And then on Patreon in the extended, we're taking a look at what rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. So we have the card that is representing them and the card that is representing you. The card that is representing you is the thanking your body and honoring your body card. And a card that is representing them is the witnessing card, the silent witness. That's them. So I'm going to give you the general energy. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. So sorry. I'm going to give you the general energy that I feel here so that you can decide whether this is your group or not. If yes, then we're going to go to the first question. What are they saying behind your back? And if it's not your group, then you can always go back and choose a new. So let us take a look between the silent witness and the person honoring their body with the vessel in between. Here's the thing. I feel that this person in their life is someone who is only stable when things go right, in their opinion, because if things go right or wrong is always opinion based. And if things go right in their opinion, then they're stable. Then they're kind to everyone. But they are not very good at regulating their emotions. And they're also not very good at doing something about something. They're good at talking a lot, but not actually getting off their butt and doing something. It's kind of they're silently witnessing the chaos and they're angry about it and they're complaining about it, but they would never go, oh, maybe I should change something. Maybe I should get active, or, maybe I should go to therapy. They wouldn't do that. And you, as the person honoring their body, I feel like you are in such a strong energy when it comes to your body. You know what you need, you know what you don't need. You are very stable, very graceful. And sometimes when you're not in alignment, you can feel trapped, or you can feel like you're in a bubble, like you're alone, like nobody understands you. But you wouldn't take that out on other people. And that's where you guys are different. Also, the guidebook says to listen to the song Loving Cup by the Rolling Stones. So I'm going to let you know that it says that here, in case you want to listen to that song. It could give you some insights on the situation between the two of you. I feel like you could be their mentor if they let you, but they would never. That could have different reasons. Maybe because of the hierarchy, this could be a parent. So if you're the child, then in the hierarchy, they wouldn't necessarily go to their child for, their mentor, for a mentor position. This could be a boss. So a boss would never go to their employee, or never, but rarely go to the employee to be mentored. So whatever hierarchy you guys are in, it's a sort of hierarchy that is made up by society in a way that mentor-mentee isn't easily reversed, and so the mentor role falls to them, even though you would have to teach them a lot more. You have healer energy. You have and when I say that, I mean it in a metaphysical sense. I don't mean that you put your hands on someone and they are healed. I also don't mean the Native American, Native people's version of healers, because very often people in my line of work as a Reiki teacher say they're healers, and it's like, are you Native American? So I think healer can mean many things, but we have to be careful with the context we go about. I like to say that I am approaching people in a healing capacity. So this is the energy that you have. You have the energy of someone who can approach other people in a healing capacity. You have really good coping mechanisms, healthy coping mechanisms. You have really good techniques that you can employ in order to take care of your body, mind, and soul. And you're not gatekeeping. You're good at sharing that. And you're also very much into diets. I don't mean to stay thin, but you realize that you have to remain your container strong and healthy in order to be the home for your mind. So maybe you eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. You don't eat sugar at all, or you adhere to a vegan diet because you realize that a vessel that is nurtured without murder is a vessel that can keep a healthy soul, Not trying to push my beliefs on anyone, just saying that these kind of thought patterns are something that I feel within you. You're really trying to take care of your vessel so that the soul that lives within that vessel is taken care of. This person, not so much. I'm not saying anyone is better or worse than the other. I'm just saying how they operate and how you operate. I also feel that this person feels that their vessel needs their attention, and they are either they are too overworked or too busy, or they just don't want to change too much in their life, but they're not paying attention to their vessel, and their body is not feeling too hot. So if this feels like your energy, then this is the two of you versus them. And we're taking a look at why they're so mean to you. You know, what's their problem with you? Do they secretly hate you? We're going to take a look at that. So I need a card for them. Thank you. For them, we have like Water for Chocolate from Laura Esquivel. I need a card for you. Your energy. Rose Quartz Pile. Thank you. For you, we have Frankenstein from Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. Okay, so what are they saying behind your back? I feel like they are the kind of person that is really jealous of you. And behind your back, they are trying to ridicule you. You have a very strong personality. You have a very strong understanding of what's right and what's wrong, of what you would or would never do. And they are jealous, so they're trying to drag you down. They are telling other people stories about you, but they leave out certain details. They are lying with the truth. So an example is you said, let's do the boss employee thing first, because I'm looking for a hierarchy energy. Could also be parent child, or something similar, you know, wherever hierarchies arise. But let's go with the boss employee example. So let's say they are your manager. Let's say that, okay? And they're managing your branch. And you go up to them and you're like, the windows are really dirty. I think the cleaning personnel, I think this cleaning staff, they need more time than they get to clean. And now the manager could change that. The manager could give the cleaning staff more time in the morning. Instead, the manager goes to the big boss and goes, hey, pile number 1, the rose quartz pile, they said that the cleaning staff is lazy. They said that the windows are dirty. They're creating problems. You see? That's the energy I'm getting here. I'm getting really good ideas from your side on how to tackle problems. And on their side, I just get anger and feeling personally attacked by everything. And you might be a writer. You're really good at doing multiple things at the same time. You're really good at extraordinary things, you know. Like, for example, if you're a writer, people will read your book and be like, oh my gosh, how did you come up with that, you know? Or if you're learning a new language right now, people will be like, oh my gosh, you sound like a native. Or if you are into sewing, people will be like, oh my gosh, that sounds like that looks, the piece you were sewing or that you've sewn looks like from a high-end boutique, you know, like how did you do that? So you have this like extraordinary little talents. I don't mean little to belittle it. I just mean that it's like many small things that you're really good at. I don't mean small in a bad way. Oh my gosh. Many things that you're good at, okay? What I meant with small was in a hobby-esque kind of way, but it could be more than that, of course. And on the other side, they are really bad at taking care of their body and listening within to what they're good at. You know, they're really bad at that. They are overeating. They are overstimulated all the time. Maybe they're doom scrolling or watching a lot of videos and the music stuff. They're like, their brain and their body are polluted. They're not taking proper care of their vessel. And anytime they see you and you're reading a book, or you are taking notes for your own book, or you're working on something, anytime they see you, they're like, how are they doing that? Like, you are doing so many things at once and you're doing them good, and they are overwhelmed with the littlest tasks, but that's because they don't take proper care of their mind and body. And instead of accepting you as their mentor, what they're doing is they're getting really jealous. And they're putting obstacles in your path, maybe knowing, maybe not knowing what they're doing. Could be a subconscious, could be completely conscious. They're putting obstacles in your path because they don't want you to have it so easy. They're like, why is it so easy for pile number 1? Why is it so easy for the rose quartz pile? And what they don't see is that it's not so easy for you. You're just... Sorry, I'm allergic and it's springtime and everything is blooming and blossoming and I'm dying. Sorry. I don't usually, for everyone who's new here, I don't usually blow my nose in readings all the time. I'm so sorry. Where was I? What they don't see is all the work that you put behind everything. They don't see that. They don't see the hard work that it required you in order to be where you are. All they see is that you are a very, very well-balanced person that is really good with stress. They don't see all the hard work behind that and how you came to be there. And that's why they're spreading so many rumors behind your back and why they're twisting the truth to tell lies, because they are really, really jealous. So, do you want to be upright or in reverse? They want to be reverse. Okay. Sorry, I lost the card. Do you want to be upright or in reverse? Upright. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups in reverse and we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. I'm just showing them because they're so cute. Look, this is them. This is them. And this is you. Look at you. Okay, so here's the thing. What are they saying behind your back? You're really good with the self-care, with the self-love, and with feeling comfortable with your inner feelings. You're really, really good at that. And what they're saying behind your back is, in case this is a boss-employee thing, they're saying behind your back that you cost the company too much money, that you are wasting too much, that you don't respond well to authority figures, they can't control you. That is the thing that is really vexing them. So behind your back, they will twist the truth into lies in a way that they still contain a morsel of truth, you know? Like, for example, you don't let them boss you around, so they're saying you respond really, really horribly to authority and you're not a good team player, you know? So they twist it. And they're clutching really, really tightly to their little sense of control because they don't have anything in their life that is in their control. They don't feel like anything in life is working out for them, and they see you and you're thriving. They don't see the hard work that it took you to get to there, so they're just jealous. They could learn so much from you, but they're just jealous. So what they're saying behind your back is they're telling a lot of lies where they twist the truth into lies. They are lying with the truth is what they're doing. So be very careful what you say around them, because you are in your self-healing, self-loving energy, and you're in this era of taking care of yourself, of showing up for yourself. Other people can depend on you, while they are in their era of scarcity, of control, of clutching to everything, because they think that will give them balance and abundance, but of course it won't. It's just stressful and won't bring happiness to be in that energy. So why is their energy so off? Let's take a look at that. Why is their energy so off? Pile number 1, the rose quartz pile. Okay, so we do have the 3 of Wands in the upright. Why is their energy so off? Their energy is so off because they can never be content and happy with what they have. They are always on the look for more, for progress, for expansion, for opportunities. They're never content and they're never happy with themselves. And I feel that is because they are not where they thought they would be at the age they are at right now. Maybe they had an education in mind and that didn't pan out, or they are, I don't know, maybe they are in their 30s or 40s and they thought they would have a house by now, but they don't, because none of us do. Or it's kind of like they thought their life would look different at this point, and they are, instead of accepting where they are, which is what they would do if they would let you teach them the ways of going with the flow, instead of accepting where they are, they're clutching desperately to this idea of where they should be right now. And they are making everything worse for themselves because you cannot force the way of the universe. All you can do is give yourself a burnout. And that's where they're headed. They are working really hard to get ready for a future that they don't have anymore, is what I'm hearing. And they're working themselves silly, and that's why their energy is so off, because they're working themselves from expectations that are not in alignment with their path to the next sure burnout. And I'm saying the next because maybe they already had one, or maybe they're currently in one. That's why their energy is so off. My dog just walked in. So yeah, I see this as confirmation. Now let's take a look at what drama are they creating. I had to quickly pause. My dog is now part of the reading. So anything you might hear, that's just her. She's sending you good vibes. So what drama are they creating? The drama they are creating is, how do you say it is, symbolized. There we go. It's symbolized by the 4 of Swords, or it's represented by the 4 of Swords. The drama that they are creating is because they don't allow themselves to rest. And you are kind of a champion when it comes to that. Like, you know exactly what your body needs. I know I said this so many times now, but they don't allow themselves to rest because they're constantly trying to push for something that is never going to happen and clutching to everything they have out of fear. They're not in alignment with their life or their path. So the drama that they are creating about you is that you're lazy. Again, they're lying with the truth. You're really good at resting. You're really good at recuperation, at meditation, at nurturing yourself, and they are telling people that you're lazy. And here's the thing, this could bring you out of alignment. This could push you in a way where you take care of all the outer aspects, all the other people that are involved, but not of yourself anymore. So please take a break and relax and remember everything that you've learned, everything that you've taught yourself. Don't let them bring you out of alignment, you know. Take a nap if need be. Do what you need in order to recharge. And don't let their unaligned R's bring you out of alignment, okay? Because the drama that they are creating is that you're lazy and that you don't really care, is what I hear. And they're telling people that you are struggling. They're telling people that you are struggling and that you are, my dog is coughing, but she's fine. They're telling people that you're struggling. Like they're they're inventing some really, really mean little rumors because they are struggling. They are projecting a lot. I feel like when you listen to what they say about you, you will understand how they feel. Kind of like they're overwhelmed, so they will tell people that you are overwhelmed, you know? They're out of alignment, so they will tell people you are lazy, you know? Like anytime that they spread a rumor about you, listen to the rumor and then you will know how they actually feel because they're projecting. So that's the drama that they're creating. This is how they feel about you. We have the little annoyance monster. They feel really annoyed and they feel really like, look at how they scratch at their head. They're really, really annoyed at how well you're doing. And that's because they want to be more like you, but they cannot admit that. Because in their eyes, that would be a sign of weakness. So instead, they try to bring you down. Don't let them. Take care of your vessel. Take care of your body, mind, and soul. That's the best you can do in this situation. And then they don't have anything to clutch and hold on to in order to twist it. On Patreon, we're now taking a look at what rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. For everyone who follows me there, the link is in the description, and I will also pin it to chat. Thank you so very much, to the comments, I mean. Thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you, and see you on Patreon or in your next reading. Goodbye. Welcome in pile number 2, the Labradorite pile. I'm going to put your stone. There we go. This is your Labradorite. I'm going to put your stone right here. And the oracle card that we have for you is Kairos. So beautiful. We're going to put that in the middle. And we're going to use the guidebook. This is the card of mythic time and of synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. When you're in alignment, it is easy for you to make decisions or to take action. But when you're out of alignment, you are fighting against time. The guidebook is suggesting you listen to the song of Felix Gonzalez Torres, named Untitled Perfect Lovers. It says Untitled and then it says Perfect Lovers. And it also says here, compare the Greek words chronos and kairos. This will guide you to an understanding of logos and mythos. And then it says, the word evil comes from the root unripe. Consider that everything has a time of ripeness, when it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. I love that. That's beautiful. We also have 2 cards for you that I pre-shuffled. These are dance energy cards. This here is you. The dance is called movement and sound happens parallel to each other. So it happens at the same time. And then the card representing your person, the person being mean to you, is fake kung fu dance. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the general energy before we go to the first question. This way you can determine whether this is your reading or not. And then we're going to take a look at the questions. On YouTube, we're taking a look at what are they saying behind your back, why is their energy so off, and what drama are they creating. And then on Patreon, we're taking a look at the other 3 questions. What rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. So first, let's take a general energy check here, and let's take a look at what we have here. What we have is you in complete alignment with yourself. And on the other side, we have this person who is faking it till they make it. But here's the thing, I feel like they are in this fake it until you make it energy for a long, long time now. And they've had enough. They don't want to be in that energy anymore, in that fake it until you make it energy. It is really weighing heavy on them, and they don't feel comfortable in that anymore. And I feel like time moves slower for them, because I feel like when other people take a look at them, they will tell them, well, you haven't been working on this that long. It's normal that you aren't where you want to be yet. But this person, they see it differently. They're very hard on themselves. They're very harsh with themselves. They are impatient, and they are very much in their head. And I feel like on your side, you're really good at connecting with people. You're really good at making connections, and even if you're introverted, you're just really good at making new connections. Like people they stick to you like flies to honey. And this person would love to be able to do that too, but they're not. I also feel that you have a bigger understanding of the grand scheme of things. Like you are, of course you can't change it if things happen slower than you would like them to, but you just let them. Sorry, I yawn and I burp on that channel. Everyone who's not new here knows that. Everyone who's new here, hi, that's me. I feel like this person is trying to force things to happen. They're trying to force the universe's hand, which of course never works. While you, on the other hand, you're really good at going with the flow. And things seem to simply work out for you. But what this person doesn't see is the hard work behind that. I also feel in the earlier reading, I didn't feel called to say that. But I feel called to mention that this is clear quartz crystal and this is sugar dolomite. They might look the same, but they're on camera, but they're completely different crystals. And I feel like that's the two of you. Your path might seem similar. Maybe you have the same education or the same job or the same living situation or the same kind of animal companion. It's like or you were born in the same year, something like that, you know. You might look similar on page, but you're completely different. And I feel like while you are content with what you have, they are not content with what they have. And instead of looking within themselves for answers, they're looking within you. For pile number 2, the Labradorite. Let's give me a card for their person. The one that is being so mean to them. Thank you. Let me get a card for them. For pile number 2. Thank you. Okay, so you have Agatha Christie energy. Murder on the Orient Express. And they have Min Jin Lee energy. It says Pachinko. They're a Korean American writer. Oh, okay. So let me quickly pause the video to Google Min Jin Lee, because I have to admit I've never read anything of them. So sorry, 1 second. Okay, sounds amazing. I need to read their book. Remember what I said earlier? This is clear quartz crystal and this is sugar dolomite, and they look the same. Look at those two. Like, all the cards have different colors. Look at that. But you got two blues that look similar, but it's different kind of blues, you know? And we have two women who dare to write about topics that are not very womanly when it comes to what society in the broad scheme of things believes. So that they are pioneers in their field. I mean, Agatha Christie wrote novels in a time where women weren't expected to do so, especially of her social standing. She had nothing after the war. She taught herself to read and to write, and she is a best-selling author to this day. 100 million copies have been translated into 100 languages. Like, Agatha Christie is really the GOAT. And I feel like, and this person is amazing as well. I just read them up on the internet. But the thing is, again, what the two of you are doing might look similar to an outsider, but it's completely different. I feel that they are really good at what they're doing in their own right, and that you are really good at what you're doing in your own right. But the difference is that you don't mind expanding your horizon and working harder and harder to get there. And they have trouble looking over the fence of their little bubble. It's kind of like, because this writer writes about a diaspora. They write about a certain part of Harlem, and it's kind of like, beyond that, they don't write about it. It's not their area of expertise, which is completely fine. But in this reading, I feel like that is telling me that this person that is being mean to you is an expert on their level and not beyond. Whereas you are more digestible, is what I hear. Like, it's easier for people to listen to you. It's easier for people to understand you. Like, you're just very digestible. You're very very close to people. Like, people, how shall I say this? It's easier to get your message across. And this person is really struggling with getting their message across, and with looking beyond their social bubble and beyond their, just beyond. It's difficult for them. And while in the first reading, pile number 1, the rose quartz pile, I felt a lot of jealousy. Like, this pile was so jealous. But here in pile number 2, I don't feel jealousy. I feel more of a frustration. I feel like this person is, because they are really good at what they're doing, but I feel that the stage has changed. The stage on which they are doing it has changed. And you're really good at adapting and at connecting. But they are not. They are just trying to keep on keeping on in a world that has changed, and can therefore not listen to their message anymore. And it is incredibly frustrating for them. And they watch you do stuff, and they're like, how did you do that? How is it this easy for you? And they have, there we go, the and emotion monster that comes up for them is sadness, and right underneath we have confusion. Like, this is how they feel. They're so incredibly sad that they don't seem to understand how things work anymore, and they're really confused as to how you're doing that. They're like, how is pile number 2, how is the Labradorite doing that? how's the Labradorite pile doing that? They wish they could learn from you, but anytime they try to understand you, it's their own mind is in their way because of the reason is because they're so good at what they're doing. You understand? It like if they were really bad at what they were doing, they could just learn from you. But because they are used to being so good at this, it's difficult to take advice and to not take that advice and try to press it into their preset expectations that exist because for a long time they were a professional in the field. So it's kind of like they are. Oh, and for everyone who knows these two authors and thinks I'm comparing them with each other, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm talking about energy, and I'm using these energies in the reading. Both authors are equally amazing. Just putting it out there. So it would be easier if they didn't know shit, but they knew. Oh, I don't usually curse on YouTube, so that's what they think. They think shit. It would be easy if you didn't know anything, but they know so much, and that's why if you give them advice, it's really difficult for them to put that advice into the little box of expectations. I had to quickly step out to make breakfast for my dog. Okay, so if this general energy speaks to you and you're like, yeah, this is me and this person, then we're going to take a look at the questions. What are they saying behind your back? Let's take a look at that. Ooh. Did the card didn't turn around is a message in itself. I feel like they would be really ashamed if you found out. So what they're saying behind your back is the Two of Wands in the upright. What they're saying behind your back is that you have a commanding presence, you know, but you're not very focused on the moment. They're telling people that you're distracted because you always think on what to do and where to go next. And they're saying that you have trouble staying in the moment and being in the here and now, and have trouble listening and focusing, and that is a problem. It's kind of like they're twisting your successes because you had a lot of success lately, and just because you're uncertain about your next steps, they are twisting that into, yeah, well, they don't even know what they're doing, you know, so don't like that. The thing is that you're a person who always thinks that there's no time to rest and you're very fixed on your goals. But they're kind of twisting that future planning mindset into you're unorganized, you are not focused, and you're always someplace else with your head. Your mind always wanders, is what they tell people, and that your mind isn't fully here in the here and now. And I feel like if this person that is being so mean to you, if this is a work thing, then it's really bad that they're saying that, because it will be difficult for people to trust you and your expertise if people think that you are not fully here and in the moment. Because like if I'm a client and I realize that the person I hired is somewhere completely else with their mind, you know, that they're mentally not with me, then I wouldn't hire them because I wouldn't feel significant, you know. So I feel like this, if you guys are in business together, this could be detrimental for business. It could be really bad for business that they're telling people that you were not fully there mentally, that your mind is always wandering and you're always someplace else with your mind, always thinking of sunnier, brighter days. And so this could really, if you guys are in business together, this could hurt business. What they're saying behind your back. Why is their energy so off? Ooh. Why is their energy so off? We have two cards. Do you want to be upright or reverse? You want to be a reverse, and you want to be upright. Okay. So why is their energy so off? We have the 8 of Wands, but we have it in reverse. And we have the 4 of Cups in the upright. Their energy is so off because they're frustrated. There have been many, many delays. And for some reason, this person is constantly resisting change. And this person is internally not in alignment. We also have Moon in Cancer energy here. So maybe take a look at your placements if you have Moon in Cancer somewhere. But anyway, just if you need extra confirmation, this person is dwelling on their regrets and on things that they perceive as failures, and that isn't healthy. This is a person who doesn't dare to say yes to the world. It's a very, I feel that this is a very shy person. You would never tell it because they're always the loudest person in the room. But they're actually very shy. And they have kind of, if this is a business thing, then they have kind of a thing going on, an apathy thing, where when things look really good and other people would be like, oh my gosh, things are looking up, this is amazing. They have kind of an apathy going on where they are not easily swayed anymore because they kind of lost hope in their own profession, and they kind of lost, they're not believing in themselves anymore. They feel like nothing goes their way. They're very cynical and they're completely disappointed in life lately. And even though they realize that this negativity isn't getting them anywhere, they are so frustrated because they thought they would be someplace else in life by now. And because of these delays, what they perceive as delays, they are so frustrated and they are resisting any kind of change. Like I said in the beginning, in the energy check part of the reading, they are not good at adapting. And when they look at you, they're really confused. We have confusion and sadness here on their part. They're really confused on how you do that, constantly adapting to things and constantly learning more. And they're really sad that they don't seem to be capable to do that anymore. It could be an age thing, but honestly, there are people in their 60s and 70s who are really good at adapting. So it really doesn't have to do with age, but it could. They're not used to having to adapt because they have been very successful very early on. Sorry, sometimes I don't find the words while channeling in a second language. Sometimes they have been so successful so quickly that it is really difficult for them to be like, okay, I'm just going to adapt and I'm going to learn new things. And sometimes they're in this energy where they're like, yeah, I should do that. I should. I'm a Reiki therapist, and in Reiki we have this saying, I receive what I need and I release when it's time to release. Because it's not in your hands, you know? And I feel like this person is so desperate to release what doesn't serve them anymore, while they are actively clutching to it. And that's really difficult for them. And that's why their energy is so off. Their energy is so off because of all the delays or perceived delays, because they're frustrated, because they're resisting change, and because they are not even open to new good things anymore. You see here Spirit offering them a beautiful shiny cup, and they're like, no, thank you, because the first 3 cups were shit. So I'm not interested in the 4th cup either, because I'm sure it's going to turn out into some delay again. So they don't even believe in good things being able to happen for them anymore. They don't believe in the good that could come out of their work anymore. That is why their energy is so off. They're so frustrated by all the delays, and they are so angry that things didn't work out so far the way they wanted them to. And that is why their energy is so off. And I feel the biggest problem here and the biggest reason why their energy is so off is because they are constantly resisting change. So let's take a look at question number 3. What drama are they creating? What drama are they creating? Oh, 2 cards fell down. Do you want to be upright in reverse? Do you want to be upright in reverse? Okay. I absolutely love that. Okay, so the drama they're creating is represented by 2 major arcanas. So this is the major theme of this reading. We have the Fool in the upright. And we have the Devil in reverse. I'm just showing them to you before I put them down. Okay, the drama they are creating is there are many new beginnings. Here's the thing. I feel like this is a work kind of thing. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, feel free. But I feel like for most of you, this is a work-related thing. And I feel that all these new beginnings with new clients, that's where they're creating drama. Like with every new client, there is a completely new opportunity to impress a new person, to start new business, to be open without expectations. With every new client, there is a new possibility, there is a new opportunity. And that's where they're creating the drama. Because of their limiting beliefs, their dark thoughts, and their complete detachment when it comes to their own work, they are creating drama with every new client. We have Earth, Capricorn, and Angel Cassiel energy here. And we have Air, Uranus, and Raphael and Uriel energy here. Angel Raphael and Uriel. Just for those who need confirmations. Also, in yes and no readings that you do only with major arcanas, or I do that, the Fool is a yes card and the Devil card is a no card. So I feel like you're saying yes to new opportunities, to new clients. You're always looking to expand, and they're saying no. But they're not saying no because they're evil or because they're saying no because they lost belief in all of this. They're saying no because they're frustrated. They're saying no because they're not in alignment with themselves, because they're resisting change, because they're frustrated. That's where they're saying no. That's where they're constantly this personification of the word no. And that's the drama they're creating. They're creating drama with new clients. For those of you who are like, no, this is not a work thing, then they're creating drama with new people that are coming in. They're creating drama in a family, for example, new people that are part of the family suddenly because of marriage or relationships, and they're immediately creating drama because they're immediately sharing their limiting beliefs, their dark thoughts, and they're completely detached and they don't care at all. Because they're scared. They're scared that if they care, they could fail again, So they're not an evil person or anything. They're just really confused and sad, like the 2 emotion monsters show in the middle. That's the drama they're creating. I'm so sorry for this person because they're not a mean person. Like in pile number 1, that was a really mean person. But here, this person, the reason they're mean to you is because they're angry at themselves. They're frustrated with themselves. They hate themselves, not you. This person really needs help. This person needs therapy. And this person needs someone, not you, but someone to sit them down and explain to them that they're not a failure just because they're not where they expected to be at this age or at this point in their journey. Like they're very harsh with themselves and they're actually not mean to you. They're mean to themselves and they're frustrated and confused that you're doing so well while they're struggling so much. And it makes them sad to see you succeed. Not because they think that you don't deserve it. They have absolutely no ill feelings or ill intentions towards you, by the way. But because they see that they are being left behind, and that makes them really sad because they tried so hard for such a long time and I feel like nothing has come of it. And it is not your job to feel sorry for them. It is not your job to carry them with you on your shoulders. I'm just explaining how they feel to you because you asked. But this is something that they can only resolve themselves. You cannot resolve that for them. This is their ego that has to be overcome, and this is a work that only they can do. This is something that only they can do. That's what I have for you here on YouTube. We're going to move over to the extended on Patreon right now, and we're taking a look at what rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. For those who follow me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And to everyone else, see you in your next reading. And to those who come to the extended, see you over on Patreon. Thank you so very much for being here. And goodbye. Welcome in, pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. You chose this beautiful piece of amethyst. I'm going to put it right here. And the oracle card that goes with it is the medallion. Beautiful. We're going to put it right here. Just have to push it up because there's going to be a lot of cards. The medallion, the amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. When you're in alignment, you're upholding tradition, you're protecting and honoring. But when you're out of alignment, you have this burdensome inheritance, this habituation hovering over you. To go deeper, take a look at the ancient Egyptian scarab and amulets. Do you believe that objects contain supernatural properties? When have you experienced this to be true? And here it also says, imagine if you and your family, school, or social group had a crest, an emblem, or amulet. What would it be? Draw it. It's very beautiful. That's the energy that we have for you and the person where you feel that they're being mean to you. I also drew 2 oracle cards for you guys. This is you and this is them. These are dance cards. So we're taking a look at, okay, so this dance is called the ironing dance, like ironing clothes. And this dance is called the leading and following dance. So this represents them. This represents you. I don't know if you also say that in English, but in German, there is this idiom, this saying that when you're trying to take care of problems, you're trying to iron them out, like with an ironing, like ironing clothes, and you're trying to iron the problems out. So that's what I think of here, because we have the ironing dance for you, and for the person we have the leading and following dance. Okay, so let's take a look at the general energy between the 2 of you, and then we can take a look at why they're being so mean to you. What's their bloody problem with them, like do they secretly hate you, or what's happening? So pile number 3, the amethyst pile. I need a card for their person, a card that's representing their person. Okay, and a card that is representing pile number 3, the amethyst pile. Thank you. Okay, so this is really interesting. You got Pachinko from Min Chin Lee. Min Chin Lee herself came out in the first reading. So if you felt drawn to the first pile as well, this might be your flip-flopped energy. So you might be able in one pile to listen about yourself and in the other pile to listen about the person. So maybe check that out. So you're represented by the novel Pachinko, and your person is represented by the novelist, by the writer Phyllis Wheatley. She wrote poetry in London in 1773. Okay, so let's take a look at the general energy between the two of you before we take a look at the questions ahead. The questions ahead are what are they saying behind your back? Why is their energy so off? And what drama are they creating? And then over on Patreon, we're taking a look at the other 3 questions. What rumors are they spreading? Who believes their lies? And what truth will soon come out? So first, we're taking a look at the general energy of the reading, so that you can determine if the medallion, if the amethyst pile is your pile. What I'm feeling here for you and this person is that they are used to adhere to certain rules. And the reason that they adhere to these rules is because they never count for them. It's kind of like they have the luck that they can live beyond these rules, but they expect of you to live by them, to uphold a certain standard in society. A good explanation for that is rich people. They want us to work and live from paycheck to paycheck and to struggle from paycheck to paycheck, because if we don't, then they're scared that we won't show up for work anymore. And if there's something that we learned during the pandemic, is that we are the essential workers and not them. So this is the energy I'm getting here. Like, this person wants you to keep on following a certain set of rules, a certain lifestyle, a certain structure that has been determined within our society. And they want you to keep on following that, even though they don't, even though they live beyond it. And I also feel that they want you to lead others down the same path. So it could be that you have, I don't know, maybe you have children, or maybe you have younger siblings or friends that are listening to you. And this person wants you to lead them down the same path, down the same rules. Could be like, a good example would be if this person is a boss and you're the manager of a certain branch, and they want you to uphold all these stupid little rules to keep the branch in check. Another good example would be if you are in a family and they want you to marry a certain person and then convince your children to do the same, arranged marriage style. I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm just trying to find examples. And you don't want that, but they want you to uphold this. They want you to uphold this tradition and to follow this tradition, because even though they didn't, but they get a certain sense of security out of seeing you adhere to rules. Maybe that's because you are such a free spirit that they know you would do really well outside of these rules, and that is scaring them because they would not have done well. Maybe their horizon is not as broad as yours. You're really good at covering up mistakes, and you're really good at taking a mistake and making something good of it, turning brass into gold is what I'm hearing. Like, you're really good at that, and you're really good at your job, and you're really good at what you're doing, and they feel very intimidated by that.
I feel that they have a very gentle soul that has been taken advantage of very often. And I don't want the same happening to you. And so they want you in a certain, they want you to remain in a certain social bubble and to not branch out, because they feel that that is what's keeping you safe. Could be that they want you to remain in a certain social class, or that they want you to remain in a certain diaspora, in a cultural diaspora. It could be many things, but they want you to remain in a certain box, because they believe you're safer in that box than if you left the box. And here's the thing, you're too big for the box. You're too smart, you are too well traveled, too educated, too innovative in your mind to remain in that box. The box would stifle you. But it's so important to them that you uphold these invented traditions or these invented emblems, these things that they think will give you security and safety, even though they're all just made up of humans and just in our heads, but they feel safer knowing if you adhere to them. And that is why they're being mean to you. And I don't feel that this person is being mean to you because they hate you. I mean, on one hand, they are jealous because you are smarter, you are better at adapting, you're broadening your mind, like your mind is broader than theirs. So on one hand, yes, they are jealous, but on the other hand, the reason why they try to force you in that box and try to keep you in that box is because they really believe that that is going to keep you safe. This is how they feel. This is the card that's representing them. They feel pride. They feel pride over the box that they created, that they tried to keep you in, because they think that this box really makes sense. Like in their world, in their mind, this is not something evil or something mean. In their mind, this really makes perfect sense, and they're very proud of that too. So that's what I have for you. If this is your energy, then let's get into your reading. What are they saying behind your back? We have the King of Swords in reverse. Let me just show you the King of Swords. We have the King of Swords in reverse. So what they're saying behind your back is that you are misusing some kind of power. No, they are misusing their power. They are warping the truth behind your back, and they're misusing what kind of power they have. Maybe the power that they have is that people are listening to them, but they're misusing that power. They're misusing their authority for personal gain, and the personal gain is to keep you in the box. They have this quiet power over you and other people as well, and they're misusing that. And what they're saying behind you about you behind their back is that you... okay. This is something that happened in all three piles so far. What they're saying about you behind their back is something that they know to be true about themselves. They're projecting. So they're saying behind your back that you're selfish, but they're saying that because they are selfish. They are projecting. They are using their own personal authority and power to spread a lot of little lies about you behind your back, that you're selfish, that you're prideful. But these are all things about themselves. They are projecting. Because they feel that the more they suppress you, the more they oppress you. Not suppress, the more they oppress you, the more you will follow their lead finally. They're also I feel like for most of you, this is a parent situation. They are in this kind of energy of they had it way harder. They have fought so hard, and they have overcome so many obstacles, and they didn't do that for you to to make nothing of yourself, or for you to be insolent. For a lot of you, this might be a migrant parent who have been through a lot of trauma due to racism, or due to migrating to a different country and all the terrible things that come with that. And they don't, deep down, they never want you to go through something like that again, as well. Not again. They don't want you to go through something like that as well. Deep down, that's what they're trying to prevent. That's what they're trying to keep you safe from. And in order to do that, they are spreading a lot of rumors and a lot of lies in order to keep you in your box. They are misusing their authority, their power, in order to keep you quiet and how do you say, compliant. So all the things they're saying about you behind your back is things about themselves they're projecting. Why is their energy so off? You're going to be upright or in reverse. We have the Six of Wands, but in reverse. Their energy is so off because they have this very personal definition of success, and they didn't reach that. They feel like they fell from grace, and their ego couldn't handle that. And here's the thing, they might be really, really successful people. Like they might have had a really successful life, but because they live by their own little personal definition of success and their own little personal definition of private achievement, they don't see how successful they actually were. They just see that they didn't manage to achieve what they wanted to. So because of their personal definition of success and achievement, they are kind of making things harder for themselves than they would have to be. They feel like they've fallen from grace, and their ego really could not take it. They feel like they're not good enough, like they didn't achieve enough, and that is where their energy is so off. What drama are they creating? Oh, okay, 2 cards. Let me just shuffle again, because I don't feel like that wanted to come out. I feel like I didn't hold on to the deck very well. Okay, I was right. Do you want to be upright or in reverse? Okay. Just let me make this beautiful. Okay, what drama are they creating? We have the King of Wands in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Let me find a beautiful space for them. What drama are they creating? The drama this person is creating for you is they're very impulsive, they're very hasty. They might come off as ruthless, but that's because they're so incredibly impulsive. And the drama they're creating for you is that they have really high expectations from you because they feel like they didn't achieve enough, you know? So they have really high expectations from you. And they have this really negative leading skill, which is domineering behavior. And because they are so overbearing and so domineering, they kind of try, maybe subconsciously try to hide that they have a lack of vision. So whenever they don't have an answer, whenever they don't know where they're going with something, because they have a lack of vision, they will just overshadow that with extreme domineering behavior. Sorry, I have to pause. Someone rang the doorbell. I totally take this as confirmation, by the way. Okay, the doorbell rang. I'm taking this as confirmation. I just got a delivery from IKEA. So anyway, this person, the drama that they're creating is they're completely overbearing, and the high expectations they have of you is because they feel like they didn't succeed in life. And one of the most negative leading skills is if you have domineering behavior, you know, if you, how do you say, if you have domineering behavior, that's not a good leading skill. You're not supposed to domineer people. You're supposed to guide people. And I feel like this person has such a lack of vision that whatever family values they want you to uphold, because for most of you this is a family reading, whatever family values they desperately want you to uphold, it's because they had nothing else, because they feel like they failed in life. They know that they have a lack of vision. So clutching and clinging to these family values gives them something where they feel that they have been successful with. And look, the medallion hand comes out of their prideful head. It's kind of like they are clinging to this imaginary emblem of pride and of honor, and it's just domineering people. That's all it really is. And the drama that they're creating is that they are domineering over people, but they're also resisting to change. They're resisting to change, and they're resisting the breaking of this cycle. Like, for example, I know I'm using this example again, and I'm not judging anyone. It's just a really good example. For example, if they have been married off, they will now try to do the same with their children, instead of breaking that cycle, instead of allowing themselves to change. They're resisting change because it gives them a sense of pride and a sense of strength to resist change. And we have fire and Jupiter and angel Sakiel energy here, for those who want to know. So the drama that they're creating is that they're resisting change, and they're forcing people to fall in line, even though the line they're falling in is detrimental for people and is harmful for people. But they won't stop lording their opinion over others because it's what makes them feel safe. Because they know that they don't have many private achievements. They know that they didn't meet their own personal definition of success. They feel like they fell from grace, and their ego is pushing them to have control over something. Instead of accepting, instead of going with the flow and accepting that certain things didn't work out because they weren't meant to work out, they instead are clutching to tradition and to controlling others by means of tradition. That's what I feel here. They're not being mean to you because they hate you. They're being mean to you because they're really, really disappointed with themselves. They expected more from themselves. And here's the thing. For most of you, this is a person who fled a country to have a better life in a different country, or who fled a social structure to have a better life. And if this person would have learned in their childhood to celebrate themselves a little bit more, this person wouldn't be so hard on you now. This person needs therapy, and this person needs someone, not you, but someone, to tell them that it's time to stop being so hard on themselves, and that it's time to look at how incredibly successful they actually are. But they don't see that, so they keep themselves boxed in this little box of pride, and they want you in there too. That's what I have for you. We're going to take this to the extended on Patreon right now. We're going to take a look at what rumors are they spreading, who believes their lies, and what truth will soon come out. So we're taking a look at that over on Patreon, and the link is in the comments and also in the description below. Thank you so very much for being here. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to leave a comment and a like if you feel like doing so, and see you in the next reading. Goodbye.